So, good evening, everyone. Myself, Raj Nahar, parenting coach and NLP practitioner. Welcome you all to another powerful session under the Teach Grow series of Carnival of Hope Season 6, powered by Deep Parenting. In Season 6, we have been running 9 different events: Deep Parenting League, पिटारा कहानियों का, गुफ्तगू, Enlightening Teen Talks, Udan Career Talks, Ink to Impact Book Summaries, Transformation Case Studies, Update to Upgrade, and Teach Grow. You can also join our Carnival of Hope community to receive updates about all our programs. The link to join the community is being shared in the chat box. Before we begin, here are a few prerequisites. Please be mindful about your microphones and keep yourself on mute. Please turn on your cameras if you are in comfortable position. All your questions will be taken towards the end of the session. The purpose of the Teach Grow series is to empower educators. All the participants of Teach Grow will receive certificates, and for that, they will need to fill out a Google form, link of which will be shared in the chat box towards the end of the session. Today, we are here with a wonderful topic. Every child learns differently. Inclusive strategies for classrooms. And to speak on this topic, we are having an eminent personality with us today, Dr. Sween Saini. I am proud and privileged to have this opportunity to introduce Dr. Sween Saini, an award-winning counseling expert, parenting coach, career strategist, and psychotherapist who has been transforming lives since 1991. With her vast experience of more than 35 years in psychology, emotional wellness, parenting, and education, she has empowered countless individuals, parents, teachers, and students through her impactful guidance and practical approach. She has been honored with over 50 awards and recognitions for her remarkable contribution to the field of education and emotional well-being. Her dedication towards creating emotionally healthy and inclusive learning environments make her perfect mentor for today's insightful session. Ma'am, we are truly grateful to have you with us today. On behalf of everyone present here, I invite you to share your thoughts and wisdom. Over to you, Sween ma'am.
मुश्किलों से अब डरना नहीं है, ठान लिया तो ठान लिया, मंजिल से पहले रुकना नहीं है, हमने अब ये जान लिया। मुश्किलों से अब डरना नहीं है, ठान लिया तो ठान लिया, मंजिल से पहले रुकना नहीं है, हमने अब ये जान लिया। ना रुक बंदिया ना झुक बंदिया, कुछ ऐसा करके दिखा दे, तेरे साथ चलेगी ये दुनिया जो मुश्किलों को हरा दे। कुछ करके दिखाने को फलक पे छाने को एक जिद ही काफी है, इतिहास बनाने को कुछ करके दिखाने को, फलक पे छाने को एक जिद ही काफी है, इतिहास बनाने को।
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am.
And thank you so much.
Ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Ji. Thank you so much for showing up in this hour of the evening. And thank you so much, Manish sir, Deep Community, for giving me this opportunity at every step to contribute each and every beautiful soul connected to you throughout globe. I'm so grateful, Raj ma'am, for your warm introduction, kind words, and such a great admiration. I'm truly blessed to have you also as a mentor and coach, as a fellow colleague. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. And we, on the behalf of Deep Community, Teach Grow Community, welcome each and everyone here in Teach Grow session in Carnival of Hope Season 6. I'm so excited. So excitement is not about the topic I am going to deliver. It is about the mission purpose behind this event. You know, whenever we talk about coaches, whenever we talk about teachers, whenever we talk about trainers, there is always a word. What makes a good teacher great? Most of the time we are asking this question, who is a good teacher? What makes a good teacher? And on the Teacher's Day, we are receiving so many greetings, so many compliments, so many notes, loving emotions from our younger students. But so many times I just get surprised. Yeah, I wonder, have we ever asked students that what makes you as a good teacher, what they feel, why you are a great teacher? बिना किसी शर्त, बिना किसी कंडीशन, बिना किसी शक शुबा के हमारे पास यहाँ एक सबूत है, मिस्टर मनीष शर्मा, हम सबके कोच, मेंटोर एंड लीडर ऑफ द पेरेंटिंग, कि एक गुड टीचर, एक ग्रेट टीचर कैसे हो सकता है. But because this is a coaching community and we are talking about classrooms today, so let's enter the classroom and ask few students what makes a good teacher great. I hope everybody is with me. Good.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so once thank you. So as a counselor and psychotherapist, I frequently visit different schools and interact with youngsters. So I often ask this question to youngsters. And one fine day, a child gave me this slip, a great teacher eats apples. And I was so surprised, amused actually. How so? So then I came to know that that teacher, he was always bringing apples in his bag, and whenever a child was feeling bad or not brought a lunch box, he was offering apples to them. So that child was taking a teacher greatness as a helping hand, kindness, serving the needs immediately, whatever is required. Some other child told me a great teacher is chill. Wow, chill. Most of the time students feel teachers are chillies in the classroom. So how a teacher can be chill? So then that young girl told me, ma'am is always in great mood and she makes fun in everything. So learning is fun with my teacher. Wow, good. The other boy told me, teacher is not a teacher always. Or a great teacher is always not a teacher in the classroom. Again, I was very much surprised. So I asked how. Then he told me, see ma'am, I learned bicycle from my mom. There was no teacher around me. So there my mom was my teacher. So she was not in classroom. She was out of the classroom. Amazing, na? How intelligent. And then I remembered my youngster years when I was learning to ride a bicycle. And it was my sister, जो मेरे से बड़ी थी, उन्होंने मुझे साइकिल चलाना सिखाया था. एक्चुअली उन्होंने मुझे सिखाया नहीं था, जो वो सीख रही थी, देन शी वाज कैरिंग मी विद हर बिकॉज शी लव्ड मी सो मच, एंड कॉन्सिक्वेंस, as many times she fell off, I also fell off. अब जब भी मम्मी हमें या पापा हमें, ब्रदर हमें, सिस्टर हमें साइकिल चलाना सिखाती हैं, कैसे सिखाती हैं? They just motivate us to sit on the seat, hold on that handle, and just pedal. Start pedaling. Don't think anything. Start pedaling. I'm carrying you, holding you from the back. कुछ देर वो हमारे साथ 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 चलते हैं, हम थोड़ा और कॉन्फिडेंट होते हैं, थोड़ा और मोटिवेटेड होते हैं, फिर हमें एक्साइटमेंट आता है, देन दे जस्ट कीप अस होल्डिंग, एंड सडनली वन डे दे जस्ट लीव, एंड देन वी आर इंडिपेंडेंट. व्हाट ए फैसिलिटेशन. मान के देखिए, अगर मदर हमें या फादर हमें साइकिल चलाना ऐसे सिखाते, फर्स्ट ड्रॉ ए पिक्चर ऑफ साइकिल, then tell me what is the role of chain, then let's understand what is the role of crank, what is the role of pedal, how they are mechanically connected to each other, what is the frequency and gravity, and what is the push, what is the balance, what is the motion, forward motion, backward motion, blah 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 blah. And if you are going to learn everything, only then you will be able to learn the cycling. तो आप बताइए, क्या हम साइकिल सीख पाते? Most of us could have been disruptive in this process, bored, disguised, disengaged, not interested, dysregulated. होगा कि नहीं होगा? और फिर साइकिल चलाना ही हमारे लिए एक बहुत बड़ा एक चैलेंज, एक बोरिंग एक्टिविटी हो सकती थी. But it was not there. And some beautiful girl told me that a great teacher loves to teach, learn, and listen. I'm not using names here, whosoever kids they gave me these drawings and inputs, but this is a real lifetime experience which I'm going to share with you. Very young kids of 9 years, 10 years, 11 years, they wrote these things, that a great teacher loves to teach, yes, but they also love to learn and listen. Listen, I was listening it very first time, that a teacher loves to listen. No, we always want to speak, tell, share knowledge. So let's applause for everybody sitting here who is today proving that greatness, that teachers are always there, ready to learn also. Wonderful. Thank you so much for showing up, for learning. But trust me, I'm not here to teach. I'm not here to coach. I'm not here to give any lecture or preaching. I'm going to share only experiences, observations, whatever profile I'm working in. And one 14-year-old child gave me this statement, ma'am, a great teacher understands that students have a life outside of school too. Oh my God, that was such a great awakening from his side. So he insisted that a great teacher should always try to listen to the kids and understand whatever they are going through. I was thinking on other day how it is possible when a teacher has been selected on the eligibility of being content expert, when they have been overloaded with so many other responsibilities, meetings, boardrooms, reporting, Excel sheets, taking some extra classes, looking after so many other managerial tasks, how they can come out of this box of huge expectations and behave chill, being entertaining and a good listener too. Very hard. And this is how we are proceeding with our profession. इसी वजह से, इस पूरी conditioning और system की वजह से, why after a top graduate from IIT Delhi and then masters from IIM Bangalore and leading to IAS. One candidate, Divya Mittal, she wrote these statements on social media. She claimed that, yes, I could get the best education in my country, but I could not learn throughout my education years how to regulate my emotions. There was no deep communication when we were taught to write perfect essays, but I was not taught how to say I'm hurting or say no to any situation whenever I wanted to say no. We learned so many complicated topics, but there was no critical thinking. I could not understand how to read people, how to handle loneliness, how I can maintain my mental health. And learning math, solving for x is equal to y plus ab plus 2, whatever, eta, beta, theta. There was no financial literacy for me. And she also talked about self-discipline. Jabki school is a word of bells and schedules. Trust me, school always used to be more than just academics. It should be a place to learn, to be a part of a community, to make friends, and to learn the rules of society also. Because a child spends maximum hours in that institution. But our schools are spending so many years to make us best students. What she has written in her post, latest post I was going through. But still, she is feeling inadequate. Why? So let me ask one question from every teacher sitting here. Be attentive, be reciprocative, be participative. As I informed earlier, I'm not going to teach or preach. I'm going to play some games, ask some questions, have some interaction. So participation is must. So write down in chat box, have you taught a child who was intelligent but inconsistent? If yes, write IN in the chat box, please. IN, IN, IN. IN, intelligent or inconsistent? Yes, please. Wow. Thank you, Supriya. Thank you, Vinita. Thank you, Nidhi. Thank you, Kumari ji, Shubhada. Wow. So we are navigating in the right direction, I guess. Thank you so much. So second question is, which challenge is most common today in the classrooms? Screen distraction, emotional regulation, attention issues, lack of motivation. You can use first letter S, E, A or L for your answer. And if you find all, then you can seal it, SEAL. Right, seal. If you find that, yes, everything is there. Wonderful. Either write S, E, A or L or seal. Yes, A and E, great. Attention issues, emotional regulation, somebody is saying AI. I is not there, but anyways. Concentration, attention. Great. So we all know that kids of today's classrooms, they are not same as we used to be. So another question. Do you feel teachers need emotional training today? Write AG or no G. If you agree, write AG. If you don't agree, write no G. Thank you so much for your quick responses. Thank you. No G bhi hai, arey wah. Deepshikha ji said no G. AG sometimes, yes. Great, beautiful. I'm so glad to have such educators in the Zoom window who are so emotionally regulated and strong. So I request them to provide this emotional training to their colleagues and fellow co-workers, because it is a huge need of the hour. We all are going through so many struggles at our personal fronts, professional fronts, social fronts, system front. And when a trainer, a coach, and teacher is dysregulated, it is very difficult for young kids to be regulated in the class. So we all agree that students around us of any age, of any school, from any demographic or cultural background, they are intelligent. They may be inconsistent, but they are intelligent. And they have been going through so many distractions in their lives at the moment, whichever background they are coming from. And also controlled, managed, supervised, and taught by teachers who are still lacking appropriate training. And I like this statement the most from a child when somebody wrote that, yes, students around us, they have a life outside at school. They are so much overloaded with information. They are so much distracted with multiple distractions in their environment. They are going through so many conflicting situations at home. क्योंकि आज के बच्चों के घरों में वो वाला एनवायरनमेंट नहीं है जो हमारे या हमारे पेरेंट्स के टाइम हुआ करता था. Nuclear families, working parents, so much loneliness, so much distress, so much competition, so much performance pressure, and so many distractions, so much exposure. Their body, brain, age, it is not still ready to face and experience that distraction or information overload. सोच के देखिए हमारा चाइल्डहुड कितना ब्लेस्ड था, कितना सिंपल था, but it is huge complications around these kids. So these days, a great teacher is the only one who helps students if they notice a struggle in their life, if overwhelm in their mind, if emotional turmoil around them. And so we need different teaching programs, different training modules for all the teachers around the globe so that they may get facilitation about handling such chaos in young minds and lives. Because they are bringing that chaos, pressure, overwhelm, emotional dysregulation into the classrooms. And parents, they are blaming teachers, education management, they are blaming parents. And system blaming social media playing its own games. So we have to take care of this thing, remember this thing, that every child who is struggling in academics, they are not weak. Every child who looks like disinterested in studies may not be silent, or every silent child may not be showing disinterest in you, in your teaching, or in your subject. Every child who is hovering like a running motor in the classroom, disturbing each and every person sitting besides them, or asking random questions in the class, raising all the time hand, he is not disobedient. They are not bigde hue bacche, or they are not badtameez if they are asking so many questions. Sometimes that child simply loves to learn differently. And trust me, my dear fraternity, teaching part is not exhausting. If appropriate training, appropriate guidance, appropriate facilitation is given as we are going into different challenging scenarios. And that's why we are here, because we in deep community, we understand that uniform teaching cannot produce inclusive learning. Whenever we talk about inclusive classrooms, then we talk about fast learners, intelligent brains, ADHD minds, Ferrari brains, but with slow processors. We can also talk about some silent souls. We can also think about highly creative children. We can also go to anxiety prone kids who have so much stress back at their homes. There are some premature, not well taken care of kids who are with learning difficulties. There may be some quiet observers, and there are lots and lots and lots overstimulated gadget users. When we were growing, we were not experiencing such distractions. जितना distraction अभी इन बच्चों की जिंदगी में है. We have some fixed kind of goals and life missions. Doctor, engineer, banker, teacher, professor, scientist, researcher, or an entrepreneur. Now they have so many multiple options, all the time flickering like bulbs in their mind. One day they want to be YouTuber, other day they want to be influencer. Third day they want to be a very, very famous entrepreneur, earning lots of money, buying very expensive cars. And fourth day, they might be interested in environmental cleaning beaches and going through roads for some kind of demonstration. So how we can serve these diverse minds with diverse options, with diverse thinking capability and diverse backgrounds with same uniformity. So we are here to discuss about this concept, inclusive teaching. I'm sure as we hear this word inclusive teaching, immediately we jump to some kind of special needs kids. Am I right? Or am I right? Because here in India, whenever we talk about inclusive education, we always say, oh, yes, there may be some special kids. How we can teach special kids? Special kids could go to special schools only. Parents are also worried. अगर कोई भी एक स्लो प्रोसेसर बच्चा मेरे बच्चे के साथ बैठेगा तो टीचर का टाइम वेस्ट होगा, मेरे बच्चे को कैसे टाइम मिलेगा, मेरा बच्चा भी स्लो हो जाएगा. So we are not talking about only special kids. We are talking about neurodivergence. And neurodivergence these days, it is not only about the kids with some specific learning disabilities, challenges, or autism. There are so many more terms these days. That's why teachers should be so much well equipped and aware about modern terminology and conditions. Mental patterns, brain structures, because different brains, they learn, process, focus, communicate, and respond differently. From the environment, these different brains, they are going to receive signals in the very different or diverse ways, and accordingly they process those signals. There are different Wi-Fi routes in every brain. Whenever you ask Google Map for location, so many times Google takes you from the straight roads, highways, direct routes. Sometimes it deviates you to the very thin, very tight, narrow roads, lanes in mohallas, societies, or some villages to have shortcut. So similarly, every brain is picking and checking different route. And though signals are going into different directions, how they can navigate same route, getting different signals in the same direction. And this is called neurodiversity. I'm sure people sitting here, they are very much aware and equipped with this information, what is neurodivergence or what is the neurodiversity. As name suggests, diverse brain patterns. It is not about disorders. It is about receiving information signals in different directions, different styles, different speed, with different frequency, with different processing power, and then responding in different way because they are retaining information in different way. So they are recalling the information also in different ways. And that's how we try to understand kids with ADHD presentations, with little bit of borderline autism. Autism these days, it is not only autism. Now it is a new term, virtual autism. Because when we learn about autism, autism means challenges in social interaction, doing some repetitive movements, being slow in some areas, and being so much addicted or obsessive about few activities. And this is the very common scenario we can see now in our growing children just because of this digital hooking. They are so much included, involved, and immersed in digital medium that they are getting slower in physical activities, no movement, sitting at one place for long, no eye contact, no physical interaction, lack of confident communication and clear communication. They're not willing to communicate actually. All the time lost in their own thoughts and only addicted or habitual of particular interested activities. So that's how experts, they are calling it virtual autism. And we have classrooms full of these kids. They are fidgeting, they are looking like they are disrespecting. They may be sensitive to noise, they may be sensitive to loud voices. They may overthink, they may retaliate, they may get triggered to the noise. They have so much sensory issues these days. And we have huge number of growing kids around us who are very intelligent, great IQ, or potential to learn, but they may be slow in reading, writing, or calculating maths only. How a teacher can handle such a diversified potential in one classroom in 45 minutes of time period, completing given subject syllabus. And that's why we always land in assumption and start labeling these kids. Common labels हम सबको पता है. Parents भी use कर रहे हैं, teachers भी, society भी. They are lazy, they are weak, फालतू का attention seeking, drama queen, naughty boy, careless, सिरदर्दी. What kind of damage we are giving through these labels? Let's try to understand with a very interesting fork and spoon story. What if you are trying to sip soup through a fork? Is it possible? And you will be angry at fork. How? Wrong tool, given wrong job. Similarly, if you are trying to eat Maggie with a fork, spoon. Again, not bad, just mismatched. Spoon is not defective. It's not failing. We have given a wrong task. So, does this assignment of task makes them useless, less skilled, not enough, or a failure? No. Actually, their purpose was different. Whenever they have been placed at the right space, being a right tool, they are doing their job very well. We all know in our daily routine lives. Similarly, kids, growing youngsters, adolescents, or we adults, we all are different. We all have different potential and capacities. Even teachers, we are different subject experts, different content experts. So, different path is not less worthy. Different strength is not about their failure or less success. No. We need to understand their need, their potential, their style of learning and understanding, and then giving them that facilitation or tool to learn, and then see the different path, different fit. This is what we address inclusive education. Are we ready to explore some teaching strategies, very simple steps to be used in the classroom when we can cater different paths to same potential, because they are different. They have potential, but they need different style. Yes? Thank you. Thank you. I can see few answers who are not agreeing to few things. It's completely fine. And I will be taking questions at the end. So please stay till end, and we are going to discuss about whatever is running in your head. Okay? Thank you. So whenever we have kids, youngsters with different capacities, potentials in the same classroom, then we have to bring various teaching strategies to accommodate diverse students. Now, it doesn't mean that we have to create different teaching modules, we have to create different question papers, we have to create different syllabus. No. छोटे मजेदार बहुत ही प्यारे steps हम आपको बताएंगे, because we are not here to doubt your capacity or question your worth or question your teaching style. Not at all. We are here to help. We are here to facilitate. We are here to just provide some easy yet effective tools. So whenever we talk about neurodivergent kids, as we discussed earlier, they may be coming from different challenges. So whenever a teacher is well aware and well equipped to sense the behavior or some challenges and to connect it with the right dot. Why this child is behaving like this? Why not responding to my this strategy? Why I am not able to give the best to this child when I know he or she has potential? This just awareness and right intention to serve your best to each child without biasness or frustration. This is the prime most need. When intention is there, you can do anything. So first we need to bring intention. So my dear participants, thank you so much for showing up in such a huge number. Congratulations, Deep community, for bringing this wave to so many people. So please think about one student in your classroom who is difficult to teach. Can you think of one student? You can write the name in chat box, or you can just write name in your diary or notebook. Now ask yourself after this discussion, क्या आपको लगता है कि child difficult नहीं है शायद? Maybe current method of education which we are delivering is difficult for that child. If anybody can find out. Oh, Prateek. Wow. Yes. Wow. Yes, Kritika, thank you so much for agreeing. Yes, baby ji. Exactly. So system is good. System is not bad. System is always developed to deliver the best. But we are not challenging the system. We are just testing the system for each and every child. As we are growing, evolving, developing, and proceeding further with so many new inventions, we are exploiting technology at our best. we are enjoying developing nation and its facilities in the name of technology. Why we can't reframe our education system, as we are into that process since many years now? So first of all, as I talked about intention, whenever we talk about children with diverse needs or neurodivergent kids, we have to set the right tone in the classroom for right rapport building. And first action what a teacher can do is replacing labels with curiosity. As I told you earlier, why is this child like this? No. What may this child be struggling with? एक क्वेश्चन ही आप बदल लोगे ना अपना, आपको उससे इतना ईज हो जाएगा, इतना अनलोडिंग हो जाएगा आपके दिमाग से. एंड मैं साथ साथ ये भी बताती चलूं, this could be applied at home also with your own kids, because we have already learned since our childhood, charity begins at home. Whenever you are trying to reframe your thoughts, as a CBT practitioner, I use these words very often. So you have to use those reframe thoughts, not only in your profession, you have to use it in your personal space also, with your own family, with your own children, as a parent. Because I can assure you, if you are fond of labeling, then a labeled child will never learn. They will never try. Only when you understand them, they start growing and responding. So it is not about creating a very funny or very loving relationship with students. No, we are creating a safe environment so that they can share their challenges, difficulties, and frustrations with us. Now you may ask, ma'am, we are not counselors. Okay, we are subject teachers and we have so much to do. Please don't preach us. Yes, I understand. I agree. We all are doing our jobs in a very better way. But as subject teachers, you people are more close to students than counselors. Trust me. Students love their subject teachers. Even they hate subject, but if the teacher is kind, empathetic, a good listener, just asking simple question. How are you feeling, beta? Why you are not able to concentrate in the class? May I help? This simple statement can do wonders, much, much better than shouting and speaking loud. And then I would definitely love to do this, to tell this or to share this. Okay, please don't compare students. Don't shame mistakes publicly. That is very automatic procedure we parents and teachers follow. If the child is showing reluctance, it may not be laziness or avoidance or procrastination or kamchori. They may feel uncomfortable in that activity. They might have been bullied by classmates so that they are not interested in team activity. So their behavior is always not intentional. Yes, there are some kids who are very, very mischievous also, and they find excuses and reasons to escape classwork or participating, but we should not label each and every child. We need to normalize asking for help. We need to appreciate small improvements, especially with struggling kids. Along with providing structure, we need to be flexible also, using encouraging languages and collaborating with parents respectfully rather than complaining and blaming. Whenever we talk about kids with diverse potential, most of the times they experience bully in classroom, especially if teacher is also not supportive or listening. So teachers can play a very important role in normalizing neurodiversity with right awareness and right supportive classroom environment. Teachers definitely may talk to entire class about strengths, weaknesses, individual abilities, individual challenges. For example, I can clearly tell my students that Johnny learns differently than Sarah. Sarah might need to sit in a quiet setting to read, and Johnny loves teamwork. So simple. As we have different homes, we have different localities, we have different tastes. If we are comfortable talking about it openly in a class, it leads to more acceptance. Teacher is a bridge between students' emotional flow. And we also need to understand that only there are not two categories as earlier discussed in coaching classes, that students are only either visual or auditory learners. Oh. There are so many more categories now in learners, diverse learners we have around us. Even apart from disabilities, there are so many different challenges our youngsters are going through due to different environments. If there is a parental conflict at home, the child may be silent or child may be anxious. If there is any childhood abuse, the child may be worried, fearful, not asking any question, not responding in the class, not getting closer to any team, classmate or teacher. So they have so many reasons in their brain, but there is nobody to listen to them. They may have difficulty in focus and short concentration, as everybody written in chat box. They may have difficulty with writing or reading. We always label them lazy, not attentive, not paying attention in the class. A few days back, parents came to me with a child that मैम ये सुनता ही नहीं है कुछ, हमारी कभी बात नहीं सुनता, ये बोलने में भी ना बहुत सिलेक्टिव है. So they were identifying it as a selective mutism as per a psychiatrist. So child was sitting very near to me. I was holding his hand and I was asking few questions. Slowly I observed that child may have some hearing problem. Child was just 7.5 years old. So I asked the parents, have you ever observed that child may have some hearing problem? No, ma'am. Okay, then I asked how you address him in that at home. तो हस्बैंड ने बोला मैम हम दोनों ही बहुत शाउट करते हैं, हमारा तो बहुत लाउड वॉइस है. But in classroom, there are so many other voices. The child may not be so much comfortable with the voice received to his sensory organ. I just requested them to go for an hearing test. And you will be shocked to hear he was completely disabled from 1 year listening. 1 year was completely damaged, other was partially working. And everybody was after him. उसको सुनता ही नहीं है, समझ नहीं आता, ध्यान नहीं देता है, उसको ये नहीं पता होता कि मैम क्या बोल रही है, मम्मी क्या बता रही है, पता नहीं कौन से ख्यालों में गुम रहता है. So we have different bachas around us who have some mirror images, who have dyslexia, who have dysgraphia, dyscalculia. There are so many terms. I request each and everybody to read about learning challenges, learning difficulties. We have separate programs for that also, if anybody wants to understand childhood disorders. So we have different strategies for such kids. Quickly, I will try to tell. Multisensory teaching, because there are so many sensory challenges these days. We can use visuals, we can use storytelling, movement therapy, demonstration, and peer learning, making pairs with a buddy learning group. For example, we can teach fraction to students using pizza slices, paper folding, or board diagrams. And it is not a new method, what I am telling, but it may be ignored and overlooked by some of you who are going through these challenges, how to teach young students with sensory issues. Sometimes we can have some flexible response methods. If the child is not able and have potential to write long answers, we can just allow oral responses, mind maps, and pair explanations with practical demonstration. Now, these days, I'm watching specifically many reels on social media where teachers are using different creative methods to teach young kids with fun. Even we can break our long instructions into small chunks. As we teach students Pomodoro technique for studying in small chunks, as we have to break our instructions also in small chunks rather than giving them long instructions or long tasks. We can reduce public shaming, and then we can encourage them to learn at their own pace. Kids with ADHD, they are so fidgety, they can't sit on one space for a long time. They can't stand still, they can't sit still. So we need to give them some movement exercises or task. Go to record room, bring that register, distribute these papers in the classroom, little bit stretch breaks in the in between. So they can be utilized as a wonderful resource and maintaining their energy. It will bring their concentration and attention back. Some kids are slow in processing, so we have to give them few extra seconds before answering. Okay, no worries, no pressure. Just take your own time to process the answer, okay? So I will give you a few seconds until other person is answering. Little bit of facilitation, understanding, support, kindness, empathy, it makes a huge difference. And yes, you yourself are completely exhausted and burn out and still carrying compassion. It is very difficult. I know, but trust me, my dear fellow participants, inclusive classrooms don't need perfect teachers. You just be emotionally aware and calm, empathetic. And for emotionally dysregulated kids who are showing so much tantrum in class, making so much noise, you can offer these small, interesting activities to them. Smell the flower, blow the candle. Just ask them to hold pencil in their hand and ask everybody whenever they are roaming here and they are making noise. So this is a very good opening activity. Hey, bacha log, hold your pencil. We all will smell the flower and blow the candle. Oh, everybody is so much focused on you. So you have gathered their attention. You have helped them to stay calm. You can bring some social play, art therapy. You can ask them to take a walk in the classroom in a circle. Let's play the train. Ooh. Chalo, station aa gaya. Get seated. That's how you can regulate their emotional overwhelm and start teaching immediately within seconds. Every time we try to say, you never listen. And from the very beginning, we have trained to train teachers, kids to listen. Let's start listening them. Otherwise, when nobody is listening to them, they are going into their own dark circles, their own loops, their own inner beliefs. And an understanding teacher, an empathetic facilitator, and a mindful coach can change so much in a classroom with the diverse needs of kids. So I hope these two quick strategies would help you. We have so much to offer, but due to time constraint, I'm trying to close it as soon as possible. But you all will be provided a full-fledged resource, including all the powerful techniques to help such kids in the classroom. So I would request each and everyone just to note down these questions and write answers to me, because it will take much time. I would like to do it here only, but I know time constraints are there. We have another activity next in time. Which child in my class may be misunderstood? कोशिश करिए अपने अपने क्लासरूम में, अपने अपने घर में, अपने अपने एरिया ऑफ इन्फ्लुएंस में ढूंढने की कि कहीं किसी को गलत तो नहीं समझा. What behaviors do I react to most strongly? आपके triggers क्या हैं as teacher? How can I respond with more empathy and less labeling? Which inclusive strategy can I start immediately? How can I make my classroom emotionally safer? Because anger may be a sign of distress. If a student is shouting in your class, it may be a call for attention. If there is any meltdown, it may be a sensory overload. And showing tantrums may be frustration. Avoiding eye contact is actually how to cope up with my anxiety. It's not insulting you or your instructions, trust me. And when you are empathetic, kind, understanding, always calm, trying to emotionally regulate students, then one child told me, my teacher sings. Without singing even, she was spreading melodies in the classroom with her smiles, with her empathy, with her kindness. Without any biasness, without any discrimination, without any label. So thank you, everyone. My closing message will be that all children can learn. Trust me, God never creates junk. We all have some potential. We need educators, facilitators, teachers, coaches to understand our need differently. Thank you so much. Any questions? I'm here.
Thank you so much, Sween ma'am.
Thank you. Please don't leave the room because we have an anthem to play. Okay? I'm here to take the questions if there are any. Thank you so much.
Yeah, before Sween ma'am start answering all your queries, I just would like to remind you once again that the Google form link for the certificate will be shared in the chat box, and certificates will be provided to whom only who will fill that Google form. So please don't forget to fill that Google form. And our speaker, Sween ma'am, is also sharing a handout for your reference based on today's wonderful session. So don't forget to download that also. So now we are open for your queries, question answers. Sween ma'am. To Sween ma'am, yeah. Yes, any?
Yes, please raise hands. Whosoever is interested to ask any question. Even if you want to give feedback, we love feedbacks. Yes, Shomaji.
Sweeney ma'am, as usual, you are really a very, very good educator, and really those kids who come under your guidance are getting the blessing in every way. Thank you so much for being that informative and that connecting with the children who are in need, not only the special kids, the other kids also, because ma'am, एक अच्छा teacher बहुत मुश्किल है आज की डेट में मिलना, नहीं मिलता. मैं खुद देख रही हूँ ना, नहीं मिलता, सर पीट लो नहीं मिलता. And as a guide, you are wonderful. You really have that charm to attract so many people in your session. Obviously, it took a lot of hard work and effort from your end also. You did a lot to get to where you are today. So I really appreciate your hard work and thank you for being so much connected with the children. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Google form has already been shared. Yes, please. Who is next? I will request moderator to pick the people.
Meenakshi.
They have raised hand.
Yes. Good evening, Sween ji. As expected, as always, your session was as amazing and even much more than amazing as it could have been. Having said that, your content and your delivery of any topic always goes beyond the topic. That is what I love about it. And the most loving part that I really like is somewhere in between you give those one liners. The one liner that will stay with me today is God never creates junk. That kind of summarized your whole session. Not just as teachers, but even as human beings, if we can live by this line that God never creates junk, that means whatever is there in a living form, there is some value in it. And then we will start appreciating and valuing and looking after that. Loved it, thoroughly loved it. It completely summarized your whole session. Inclusion is in the statement. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, please.
I think Jyoti.
Anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good evening, ma'am. And once again, a bang on learning for each one of us. I really love the way you make complicated topics को आप इतनी simplify तरीके से हमें इतनी clarity के साथ you take us through the journey. And your presentation speaks about your entire, the commitment, the way you are bringing the transformation. So more power to ma'am and keep enlightening us so that we can be the light in this whole world. Thank you once again from bottom of my heart.
Thank you, Jyoti. Thank you.
Kumari
Any
Pradhan.
question, please?
Stand.
Good evening,
Sween
ma'am.
ma'am.
Good evening.
Kumari Pradhan and Uma Swine, same teacher only, ma'am. Thank you so much. This is very exciting and must webinar means call. आपने इतने इजीली इतना अच्छे से इतना क्रिटिकल पॉइंट्स को बच्चों को कैसे हैंडल करना है क्या मस्त जैसे बच्चों को चॉकलेट प्रोवाइड करते हैं ना आपके टॉपिक आपके कंटेंट एकदम मस्त थैंक यू सो मच मैम
Thank you, Ji. Thank you. I hope you all will enjoy the attached resource. Our team has already shared in the chat box. Yes, thank you.
Before we continue, I'll just take a moment. The Google link for the participation certificate has been shared. We will be accepting entries only till 8:10. Post that, the certificates will not be issued. All the participants, please fill in the form as and when you are still in this webinar. And we have shared the review link also for Dr. Sween Saini. Please write your review. Click on that link and share your review on the same. Thank you. Over to you, Raj.
Thank you, Vinita.
Yeah, I think Shubha ji wants to say something. Shubha ji. Yeah.
Good evening, Dr. Sween and everybody. I was listening to the entire session, and just as I always tell Dr. Sween, there are 3 C's which qualify her. One is connect, one is compassion, and the most important is heavy on content. When I was a young 20-year-old teacher, I did not have a Dr. Sween in my life. मेरे को गिर के सीखना पड़ा सब कुछ. So all those teachers who are here, please, you have a ready-made kunji key to all your answers, teachers. Please joke बन जाइए, learn कर लीजिए उनसे. Great show, ma'am. Great. Superb.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anyone else?
Last 1 minute if we're taking questions, if you have any.
Yeah. Somebody was not agreeing to some statement, I would really talk to that person, please, because we are always welcome to disagreements. We always agree to disagree. I'm also here to learn if I can change something in my content. I think
I think,
There is no query.
yes, there is no query. You have explained everything so well, Sween ma'am.
Thank you,
It's
Rajna. Thank you.
yeah,
My
it's a
pleasure.
wonderful, wonderful session, Sween ma'am. Thank you
Thank
so much for such a powerful, insightful, and meaningful session.
Thank you.
Today, with more than 135 participants joining this session, it was truly inspiring to see how beautifully you guided us to understand that every child has a unique way of learning, growing, and expressing themselves.
Yes, ma'am.
Your practical strategies, deep experience, compassionate approach, and yes, your single liners have given educators a fresh perspective on creating classrooms where every child feels accepted, supported, and included. On behalf of the entire Teach Grow series, Carnival of Hopes Season 6, Deep Parenting team, and all the participants, I express our heartfelt gratitude to you for sharing your valuable time, wisdom, and guidance with us. Thank you once again, ma'am. We are truly grateful to have you with us today. Thank you so much.
It is my pleasure and privilege always, because it's my family, and I'm thankful to Manish sir and all the fraternity for bringing me in for this contribution. It's more than my pleasure. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
On this note, we will sign out. We'll see you again tomorrow with more events coming in. Join our Carnival of Hope WhatsApp community to stay updated. I'll share the link in a moment.
Thank you so much, Vinita. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
The link is in the chat box. Please click on the link and join our community and stay updated. Thank you so much. Good night. We're signing out for the day.
Good night. Bye, everyone.
Thank you.